Welcome to My Property Link for property owners looking for reliable, accurate, and bite-sized information from an experienced and authoritative source. Hello and welcome. I am Rosa Chiera, and this is My Property Link. Today, I want to talk to you about preparing your investment property for tenants, whether you have just purchased your first investment property, are moving out of your home to turn it into a rental, or you are an experienced investor looking to improve the type of tenant you attract. There are many things to consider. Things like, how do I ensure that the property meets the legal safety standards? What fittings and furnishings should I leave behind? And what items should I take with me? What type of insurance do I need? How much maintenance should I do? Can I improve my tax deductions? What should I do about the garden, pool, or spa maintenance? Of course, there are many more items to think about, but today we have put together a list of our top 6 tips for preparing your investment property for tenants. Tip number 1, safety requirements. As a landlord, you are required to adhere to certain laws regarding safety standards in your rental property. Some of the safety requirements you must consider are smoke alarms, residual currency devices and safety switches, blind and curtain cords, window and balcony safety, pool and spa fencing. These standards have been determined by your local, state and federal governments to ensure that your tenants can live in your rental property safely. Adhering to these legal standards also reduces your risk of a tenant injuring themselves at your property and taking legal action against you. Tip number 2, furnishings and fittings. When you are renting out your investment property, you want to make it comfortable, but you also want to avoid the responsibility of excess maintenance. We recommend that where possible, you leave items behind like a dishwasher in the kitchen, a garden hose and sprinkler, and basic window furnishings. A further tip is to provide basic essentials like a roll of toilet paper, a box of tissues, and dishwashing liquid, as these are the things that your tenants will likely need the moment they arrive at an empty property but may forget to bring on their first trip to the home. We recommend that you do not leave behind things like portable air conditioners or fans, microwaves, fridges, or washing machines unless they are built into the property. Remember that anything you leave behind in your investment property for your tenants to use must always be kept in full working order. Tip number 3, insurance. We all know how important insurance is in this day and age, but as a property investor, you need to ensure that you are appropriately insured to protect yourself against litigation and losses that you can be exposed to. As you prepare to rent out your property, be sure to notify your building insurer that the property is going to be tenanted and from what date. You will also need to discuss your requirement for contents insurance. Although you do not need insurance to cover your tenant's furniture and belongings, you may need contents insurance to cover some fixtures and fittings like carpets, kitchen appliances, blinds and curtains. Some insurance policies include these in the building cover, but it is wise to ask about this before cancelling your contents insurance. We would also strongly recommend that you take out a landlord protection insurance policy to cover you in the unlikely event that your tenant causes damage beyond the value of the security bond or falls behind in their rent. Tip number 4, maintenance. Before your new tenant moves into your property, it is prudent to ensure that there is no outstanding maintenance on the property. We suggest you walk through the home and look for items like leaking taps, damaged or mouldy bathroom grout, chipped tiles, loose or fraying carpet, flaking paintwork, squeaky doors, damaged fencing, or if the gutters need cleaning. Having your property in good repair means that you will attract good quality tenants and reduce the workload once the tenancy commences. Tip 5, tax deductions. Successful property investors use a tax depreciation schedule to maximise their cash returns. So many investors are looking to maximise their tax deductions but fail to arrange a quantity surveyor to prepare a depreciation schedule for their investment property. Depreciation is the decline of value in your investment property's fixtures, structure and fittings. These deductions are often significant and help minimise your tax payable. And finally, our tip number 6, gardens, pool and spa maintenance. No one will ever look after a home like the person who owns it. So we recommend that where possible, you keep gardens simple and avoid purchasing investment properties with pools and spas. In areas where properties have extensive gardens and pools, you should be able to negotiate a slightly higher rent if you include some form of garden and pool maintenance provided with the property. That is all for today's show, and thank you for listening to My Property Link. We hope that today's broadcast has been informative and that you enjoy the rest of your week. If you already own an investment property and you are looking to maximise your investment further, or you are actively looking to buy an investment property, be sure to contact My Property Link for expert advice on making your investment property irresistible to a tenant. To access more useful tips, go to our website www.mypropertylink.com.au or contact us on phone 9248 5400. Stay tuned as we have some awesome tracks coming your way soon.